Alrighty, top of evening, everybody. All right, we're gonna give it a couple for some people to join us here, but here we go. Pub night number 8. Hard to believe we've done 8 of these since St. Patty's Day, when everything blew in a very very sad way. But yeah, so we'll give it a couple minutes, let some people join us. Welcome to Pub night, and yeah, we'll get into some tunes and some beer and some stories and some good times. So once again, I know on YouTube you do need to have a YouTube account to comment to me live, but I will check the comments on for those watching via Facebook as well. So welcome. I'm going to crack open my first beer of the night, and we'll get ready to do a tune. Let's launch it. Cheers. Just go on over and make sure we are, in fact, live. Sure looks like we're live. So that's good. All right. Well, looks like we're up and running. So this is cool. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to cheers everybody here, and we're going to get into some tunes here. Welcome to Pub Night number 8. In the merry month of May, from me home I started, left the girls at home, nearly broken-hearted. Salute your father dear, kiss me darling mother, drank a pint of beer, me grief and tears to smother. Off to reap the corn, leave where I was born, and cut a stout black thorn to banish ghosts and goblins, a brand new pair of brogues, rattling o'er the bogs, frightening all the dogs on the rocky road to Dublin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up the hare and turner down the rocky road, all the way to Dublin, back for lonely ride. In Mullingar that night I rested, limbs so weary, started by daylight, next morning light and airy, took a drop of the pure, keep me heart from sinking, that's the Paddy's cure, whenever he's on for drinking, to see the lassie smile, laughing all the while, and be curious stout would set your heart a bubbling, asked if I was hired, wages I required till I was almost tired, rocky road to Dublin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, on the hare and turner down the rocky road, all the way to Dublin, back for lonely ride. In Dublin next arrived, I thought it such a pity to be so soon deprived of view of that fine city. Then I took a stroll, all among the quality bundle it was stole, all in a neat locality. Something crossed me mind when I looked behind, no bundle could I find upon me stick a wobbling, inquiring o'er the rogue, said me currach broke, wasn't much in vogue in the rocky road to Dublin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, on the hare and turner down the rocky road, all the way to Dublin, back for lonely ride. From there I got away, my spirits never failing, landed on the quay just as the ship was sailing. Captain at me roared, said that he'd no room, then I jumped aboard, paddling bound for Paddy. Done some pounds of pigs, I danced some funny rigs, and I danced some hearty jigs, the water round me bubbling. Off to Holyhead, I wish myself was dead, better far it said on the rocky road to Dublin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, on the hare and turner down the rocky road, all the way to Dublin, back for lonely ride. The boys of Liverpool, when we safely landed, called myself a fool. I could no longer stand it, blood began to boil, temper I was losing, poor old Erin's Isle. They began abusing her raw, me soul, I says, Lily, I let fly. Galway boys were by, and I saw myself a hobbling. With a loud hooray, they quickly joined the fray, quickly cleared the way for the rocky road to Dublin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, on the hare and turner down the rocky road, all the way to Dublin, back for lonely ride. The rocky road to Dublin. Cheers. Welcome to Pub Night number 8. Hard to believe we've been doing this for 8 weeks already. Cheers. Hope you're all doing well, staying safe, staying healthy, staying happy. That's what's important. As I do take requests. So if there is an Irish traditional one you'd like to hear, and if it's not in my wheelhouse tonight, it sure as heck will be for next week. go ahead, leave me a note down in the comments, or if you're watching via Facebook, leave me a note on there as well. But yeah, so we're gonna get into some more drinking songs, some more party songs, and all that. So bring some friends. Mr. Brian Patrick Harvey, cheers. How are you doing, my friend? All right. Got to jam with some of my boys from Theory of Evolution last night. Hopefully some more of them will join us along the way this evening. But all right. Well, Pat, this one goes out to you, buddy. Something we hopefully will be able to do in the not too distant future together. Well, you're walking through the city street, you could be in Peru, and you hear a distant calling, and you know it's meant for you. So you drop what you were doing, and you join the merry mob, and before you know just where you are, you're in an Irish pub. They've got one in Honolulu, they've got one in Moscow too. They got 4 of them in Sydney and a couple in Kathmandu. So whether you sing or pull the pint, you'll always have a job. Wherever you go around the world, you'll find an Irish pub. That design is fairly simple, and it usually works the same. You'll never raise it up and score it in the Ireland-England game. And you know you're in an Irish pub the minute you're in the door, 'cause a guy named Patrick Harvey will be murdering Christy Moore. They've got one in Honolulu, they've got one in Moscow too. They got 4 of them in Sydney and a couple in Kathmandu. So whether you sing or pull the pint, you'll always have a job, 'cause wherever you go around the world, you'll find an Irish pub. Well, the owner is Norwegian, and the manager comes from Cork, and the lad that's holding up the bar says only agents work. Yeah, he was born and bred in Bolton, and his mummy's from Kildare, and he's going to make his fortune soon and move to County Clare. They've got one in Honolulu, they've got one in Moscow too, 4 of them in Sydney and a couple in Kathmandu. So whether you sing or pull the pint, you'll always have a job, 'cause wherever you go around the world, you'll find an Irish pub. Now it's time for me to go, I have to catch me train. So I leave you sitting at the bar to face the wind and rain. But I'll have that pint you owe me if I've not gone on the dry, when we meet next week in Frankfurt in the fields of Athenry. They've got one in Honolulu, they've got one in Moscow too. They got 4 of them in Sydney and a couple in Kathmandu. So whether you sing or pull the pint, you'll always have a job, 'cause wherever you go around the world, you'll find an Irish pub. They've got one in Honolulu, they've got one in Moscow too, 4 of them in Sydney and a couple in Kathmandu. So if you sing or pull the pint, you'll always have a job, 'cause wherever you go around the world, you'll find an Irish pub. Wherever you go around the world, you'll find an Irish pub. Wherever you go around the world, you'll find an Irish pub. The Irish Pub song, that version's by a group called the High Kings, which is the male equivalent of Celtic Women, and they are spectacular. I do recommend them. It's the High Kings. They're spectacular. So cheers. Welcome everybody to Pub Night. Brian Patrick Harvey, so glad that you're here, my friend. Here, we'll do a little toast with you. All right, this is a new one for me. It's one I'm going to be working up, I think, to put on the next EP. But it's called The Rollicking Boys Around Tenderagee, and Tenderagee is a town in Ireland, and it tells a story of all the different groups of people around there and how Tenderagee is better than everybody else. Good luck to you all, now barring the cat that sits in the corner a-smelling the rat. Wish you philandering girls would behave, and saving your presents I'll chat ye a stave. I come from the land where the pretties grow big, and the girls nice and handy can dance a fine jig, and the boys they would charm you for your hearts for to see, for the rare and fine fellows around Tenderagee. Here's to them boys who are happy and gay, singing and dancing and tearing away, rollicksome, frolicsome, frisky and free. We're the rollicking boys around Tenderagee. No doubt you have heard of Killarney, I'm sure, and sweet Inisharon is a drop of the pure. Dublin's the place for the strawberry beds, and Donnybrook fair for the cracking of heads. Have you e'er seen an Irishman dance a pole tog as he faces his partner and turns up his brogue? He shakes at the buckle and bends at the knee for the wonderful dancers round Tunderagee. Here's to them boys who are happy and gay, singing and dancing and tearing away. Frolicsome, frolicsome, frisky and free. We're the rollicking boys around Tunderagee. The old jaunting car is an elegant jolt, and Derry's the place that is famed for the halt. Among the green bushes that grow in Tyrone and County Merma for muscle and bone. But for feasting and blarney and fun at the fair, there's none that compare with those rakes from Kildare. Old Ireland's my country, the gem of the sea, but the gem of old Ireland is Tunderagee. Here's to them boys who are happy and gay, singing and dancing and tearing away. Rollicksome, frolicsome, frisky and free, we're the rollicking boys around Tunderagee. Now where is the man, neither Christian or Turk, could equal the bold Robert Emmet or Burke? And where is the lawyer could speak up like that? There's devil about Blacklock to the one. And where is the singer could sing like Tom Moore, whose melodies can charm every care from your door? We'll beat them all yet, boys, and that you will see, for the rare and fine fellas in Tunderagee. Here's to them boys who are happy and gay, singing and dancing and tearing away. Rollicksome, frolicsome, frisky and free, we're the rollicking boys around Tunderagee. Here's to them boys who are happy and gay, singing and dancing and tearing away. Rollicksome, frolicsome, frisky and free, we're the rollicking boys around Tunderagee. The Rollickin' Boys around Tunderagee. It's a brand new one to me. Hopefully I did it a little bit of justice. Learned that from somebody I admire quite a bit these days. His name's Derry Farrell from Ireland. Wonderful bouzouki player, which is kind of like a really big mandolin. It's spectacular. Yeah, Pat. It's a great 2-chord song. There's actually a really nice jig and reel that go with it that I will be working up for the album when I record it. But yeah, Derry Farrell, check him out. It's Daoiri is how you spell his name. Derry Farrell, fantastic bouzouki player, great singer, one of the gems of Ireland, no pun intended there. All right, well, this is a good one by the Dubliners here. It's called Dirty Old Town. I met my love by the gaswork wall. I dreamed a dream by the old canal. I kissed my girl by the factory wall. The dirty old town, the dirty old town. The clouds are drifting across the moon. Cats are prowling on their beats. Brings a girl on the streets at night. The dirty old town, the dirty old town. I heard a siren from the dock. I saw a train set the night on fire. I smelled the spring on a smoky wind. The dirty old town, the dirty old town. I'm gonna make me a big sharp axe, shining steel tempered in the fire. I'll chop you down like an old dead tree. You dirty old town, you dirty old town. I met my love on the gaswork wall. I dreamed a dream by the old canal. I kissed my girl by the factory wall. You dirty old town, you dirty old town, you dirty old town, you dirty old town. The Dirty Old Town by the Doublers. Cheers. Welcome, everybody. It's pub night number 8. Your place to stop for some fresh and uplifting, in some cases, Irish music. Live as we can be in these unknown times. We've made it to day 2 of Yellow Phase, so that's encouraging. Maybe we can continue this and get to green, and maybe I'll share some green beer that I'm sure all the bars have left over from St. Paddy's Day. That'd be fun. Anyway, this is one I added a couple months back. I've had an obsession a little bit with the Edmund Fitzgerald and the legend thereof, and I found this song, and it's about being forced into war as a prisoner, but it's to the melody of the Edmund Fitzgerald. In 1803, we sailed out to sea, out from the sweet town of Derry, for Australia bound. If we didn't all drown, and the marks of our fetters we carry, our rusty iron chains we sighed for our wains, our good women we left in sorrow. As the mainsails unfurled, our curses we hurled on the English and thoughts of tomorrow. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. At the mouth of the foyle, bid farewell to the soil, as down below decks we were lying. Old Doherty screamed, woken out of a dream by a vision of bold Robert dying. The sun burned cruel as we dished out our gruel. Dan O'Connor was down with a fever. 60 rebels today bound for Botany Bay. How many will reach their receiver? Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. I cursed them to hell as our bow fought the swell, our ship like a moth in the firelight. White horses rode high as the devil passed by, taking souls to Hades by twilight. 5 weeks out to sea, we were now 43. We buried our comrades each morning. In our own slime, we were lost in a time of endless night without dawning. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Andaman's land is a hell for a man to live out his whole life in slavery, where the climate is raw and the gun makes the law. Neither wind nor rain care for bravery. 20 years have gone by and I've ended my bond. My comrades' ghosts walk behind me. A rebel I came, but I'm still the same. On a cold winter's night, you'll find me. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Whoa, I wish I was back home in Derry. Whoa, I wish I was back home in Derry. Back home in Derry. Cheers. Welcome, everybody, to Pub Night number 8. Let's all raise a glass. I know a bunch of you got them out there. Even if it's water, Coke, diet, iced tea, moonshine, apple pie moonshine, white lightning moonshine, whatever your drink of choice is tonight, let's all have a toast together. Cheers. Thank you guys for supporting the weekly pub nights. I'm going to keep going as long as people keep showing up. So, all right. Here's one of the first Irish tunes that anybody ever learns, all the way back in your elementary music class. Probably on a recorder, if I had to guess. In Dublin's fair city, where the girls are so pretty, I first set my eyes on sweet Molly Malone. I wheeled her wheelbarrow through the streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She was a fishmonger, and sure it's no wonder, as so were her mother and father before. They wheeled their wheelbarrow through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She died of a fever, and no one could save her, and that was the end of sweet Molly Malone. She ghost wheels her barrow through the streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Cockles and mussels. Cheers. Welcome to everybody who's now joined us here at Pub Night number 8. My name is Brian Gray, for those who don't know, or just happen to stumble across me on YouTube or Facebook. That's cool. Welcome. All are welcome here with our stuff. We might do a raunchy one a little bit later on. But yeah, we do some Irish traditional stuff, some singing, some drinking, and a good time. Don't be strangers in the comments. I see my buddy Brian Patrick Harvey is blowing it up down there, so don't be afraid to say hi to Pat. He's a good guy. He's friendly. He's got the hookup. He's a heck of a guitar player too. Very good friend of mine, as are all the guys in Theory of Evolution. But I enjoy spending some time with them last night for sure. It was nice to make some music with some other people again. So, hey, Gene, how are you? Thank you. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's doing well. It's weird times we live in these days, so we got to make sure we take care of not just ourselves, but those around us, especially those who may not be able to take care of themselves. So this one is going to go out to my lovely wife. It's probably one of her favorites that I do. It's a new one that I learned this year. And I learned this version from a band called Scaryvore in Scotland. And I believe the boys finally made it home. Last I knew, they were stuck in the U.S. when their tour got canceled amongst all this stuff. But it's called Caledonia, and Caledonia is actually what the ancient Greeks used to call Scotland. And it's a story about longing to go home to the land where you're from. I don't know if you can see, changes have come over me in these last few days. I've been afraid that I might drift away. I've been telling stories and singing songs Tell me, think about where I came from. That's the reason why I seem so far away today. Oh, but let me tell you that I love you, that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you call, and now I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Well, I have moved, and I've kept on moving, proved the points that I've needed proving, lost the friends that I needed losing, found others on the way. I've kissed the ladies and I left them crying. Stolen dreams, yes, there's no denying it. I've traveled hard, sometimes with the conscience, flying somewhere with the wind. Oh, but let me tell you that I love you, that I think about you all the time. Caledonia's been calling me, and now I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Now I'm sitting before the fire in an empty room with a forest choir, the flames that could not be any higher, they've withered now, they're gone. And I'm steady thinking my way is clear, and I know what I will do tomorrow when the hands are shaken and the kisses flow. I will disappear. Oh, but let me tell you that I love you, that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, and now I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Oh, but let me tell you that I love you, that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you call, and now I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Caledonia. Cheers, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Jose and Baby. Okay, so fun story for those that are out there. I played a drive-by graduation party earlier today for a lovely young lady named Gabby, who graduated from Slippery Rock with her early childhood development and education degree, I believe. Her parents are fantastic. We had a great time, and they were nice enough to have a nice warm fire for me to stand by to not just keep my fingers going, but to keep the pipes going. My beard still smells like bonfire, so thank you guys for that very much. Shared some drinks together and celebrated. So congratulations, Gabby, if you're watching. Hope you were as surprised as the look on your face when you came out and saw a bagpiper and a bunch of cars driving through your driveway there. So congratulations to everybody who's graduated who is having interesting times with everything that's going on right now. It's different. 10 years ago yesterday, I graduated college from Edinburgh University, and it snowed. So apparently it's a once a decade type thing. All right, so I'm going to dedicate this to any of my theory of evolution guys out there. It warns of the effects of a certain liquor called the Johnny Jump Up. I'll tell you a story that happened to me one day as I went down to Yacht by the sea. The sun, it was hot, and the day it was warm. Says I, a quiet pint wouldn't do me no harm. I went into an alehouse, I can't be a stout. The barman says, sorry, all the beer 'tis sold out. Try whiskey or vodka, 10 years in the wood. Said I, I'll try cider, I've heard that it's good. Oh never, oh never, oh never again. If I live to 100 or 110. I fell to the ground and I couldn't get up after drinking a pint of the Johnny Jump Up. After lowering the turd, I headed straight for the yard, where I bumped into Brophy, the big civic guard. Come here to me, boy, don't you know I'm the law? And I upped with my fist, and I shattered his jaw. He fell to the ground with his knees doubled up, but it wasn't me hit him, 'twas the Johnny Jump Up. The next thing I met down in Yacht by the sea was a cripple on crutches, and says he to me, I'm afraid of me life, I'll be hit by a car. Won't you help me across to the Whale Women's Bar? After down in the coin of the cider so sweet, he threw down his crutches and he danced at his feet. Oh never, oh never, oh never again. If I live to 100 or 110. I flew to the ground and I couldn't get up after drinking a pint of the Johnny Jump Up. Went up the Lee Road of Brentford to see. They called it the Madhouse in Cork by the Lee. But when I got there, the truth I do tell, they had the poor bugger locked up in a cell. Says the guard testing him, say these words if you can. Around the ragged rocks, the ragged rascal ran. Tell them I'm not crazy, tell them I'm not mad. 'Twas only a sip of the bottle I had. I'll never, oh never, oh never again. If I live to 100 or 110. I fell to the ground and I couldn't get up after drinking a pint of the Johnny Jump Up. A man died in the Union by the name of McNabb, and they washed him and they laid him outside on a slab. After Connor, his measurements Bitch did take, his wife took him home to a bloody fine wake. About 12 o'clock and the beer it was high, and the corpse he sat up and he says with a sigh, I can't get to heaven, they won't let me up till I drink them a pint of the Johnny Jump Up. Oh never, oh never, oh never again. If I live to 100 or 110. I fell to the ground and I couldn't get up after drinking a pint of the Johnny Jump Up. Oh never, oh never, oh never again. If I live to 100 or 110. I fell to the ground and I couldn't get up after drinking a pint of the Johnny Jump Up. The Johnny Jump Up. That's I believe that is Gaelic Storm, but I could be wrong. Gene, I hope you're doing all right. It looks like you've had an eventful few weeks there. I'm still thinking about you, buddy, so you take care of yourself there. This one, Josh Walters on here yet? Because I want to save this one if he's not, because I want to dedicate this one to his wife. And Pat will know exactly why, because he almost dedicated this one to his wife. But yeah, I don't see Josh yet, so we're going to save that. We're going to go and do some Flogging Molly tunes for everybody. It's for those who don't know, I'm a punk rocker at heart. That's what I do. I play fast to the fast music, as Pat can attest to out there. But we're going to do some Flogging Molly tunes. I surprised him and played the slowest I've ever played a punk tune last night, so that was fun. There may have been a few of that Apple Hooch pump the brake stuff that helped. But here's one. It's a little bit of an odd one to sing this time of the world, but it's called If I Ever Leave This World Alive. If I ever leave this world alive, I'll thank you for the things you did in my life. If I ever leave this world alive, I'll come back down and sit beside your feet tonight. Wherever I am, you'll always be more than just a memory. If I ever leave this world alive, if I ever leave this world alive, I'll take on all the sadness that I left behind. If I ever leave this world alive, the madness that you feel will soon subside. So in a word, don't shed a tear. I'll be here when it all gets weird. If I ever leave this world alive. So when in doubt, just call my name. Just before you go insane. If I ever leave this world, and I may never leave this world, if I ever leave this world alive, I'm okay, I'm alright, though you have gone from my life. You said that it would, now everything should be alright. I'm alright, I'm okay, though you have gone from my life. You said that it would, now everything should be alright. Yeah, it should all be all right. Anyway, that's from, I believe it's Flogging Molly's album, Drunken Lullabies, which is one of my favorite tunes, but it's really tough to do that without your fiddle player. Russ, if you're out there, cheers, sir. Hope you're doing well as well. We should get the band back together soon, too. No, I haven't had a chance, Pat. I've been working on some other projects around the house, and I was a little bit busy with Jose and BB today with that. But I will check that out after the stream. This is one of my favorites. It's called "The Star of the County Down." It's a love song of sorts. The Irish only do three things: drinking songs, love songs, and fighting songs. This one's a love song. Near Bainbridge Town in the County Down, one morning last July, a foreign dream came a sweet Colleen, and she smiled as she passed me by. She looked so sweet from her two bare feet in the sheen of her nut brown hair. Such a coaxing elf to shake me sound, make sure I was standing there. From Bantry Bay on the Derry Quay and Galway to Dublin town, no maid I've seen like a fair Colleen that I met in the County Down. As she onward sped, and I shook me head, and I gazed with the feelings rare. And I says I, to a passer-by, who's your maid with the nut brown hair? She'd smiled at me, and with pride says he, that's the gem of old Ireland's crown. When Rosie began from the banks of the Bann as a star of the County Down. From Bantry Bay on the Derry Quay, from Galway to Dublin town, no maid I've seen like a fair Colleen that I met in the County Down. At the Crossroads Fair, I be surely there, and I'll dress in me Sunday clothes, with me hat cocked right, and me shoes shone bright for a smile from the nut brown rose. No part house smoke, no part sound, yo, for the rust from me plow turned brown. And the smiling bride by me on fireside sits the star of the county down. From Bantry Bay down to Derry Cave, from Galway to Dublin town. No maid I've seen like a fair Colleen that I met in the county down. Near the Bembridge town in the county down one evening last July. A poor and green came a sweet Colleen, and she smiled as she passed me by. She looked so sweet from her two bare feet and the sheen of her nut brown hair. The coaxing outfit to shake of myself and make sure I was standing there. From Bantry Bay on to Derry Cave, from Galway to Dublin town. The maid I've seen like a sweet Colleen that I met in the county down. The star of the county down. I said, it's one of my absolute favorites. I'm going to dedicate this one to Jose and BB. It's a little bit of a sad song, but it is about sailing. So that's something we have in common. We enjoy sailboats, running with the wind, as I like to call it. And before I do that, though, I think I'm gonna toast everybody. And if you all want to raise a glass and toast with me, it'd be spectacular. Cheers, everybody. Anyway, it's a new song to me this year. It's called Fiddler's Green. Better be careful. I'm on my last guitar pick. There's a sad tale I'll tell you of a sailor man's life, how his love of the high seas would cost him his wife. I've told you my story, I'm sure you'll agree, but it's not a pure folly when a man goes to sea. Just a young lad of 20, I was courting a lass full of innocent beauty, with style and with class. But the ships in the harbor, they beckoned, it seemed. I was lured by the trade winds to find Fiddler's Green. Ho, 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 Fiddler's Green, bewitching young sailors with all of your dreams. Yo, ho, ho, Fiddler's Green, bewitching young sailors with all of your dreams. When first I went sailing, how a young girl did cry, but the lure of the trade winds could not be denied. Though she vowed to be faithful as my ship sailed away, she would marry with another but 1 year from that day. Yo ho ho, Fiddler's Green, bewitching young sailors with all of your dreams. Yo ho ho, she's calm and serene. Enchantment awaits you on Fiddler's Green. Well, I've sailed many oceans since I left Erie town, and my hair has turned silver, it was once chestnut brown. And from London to Bombay and ports in between, I was always in search of this Fiddler's Green. To the young lads out courting, pretty maidens so fair, should you hear these trade winds, let me warn you, beware. Don't marry a young girl as corn and your beans, don't waste your young manhood on Fiddler's Green. Yo ho ho, Fiddler's Green, bewitching young sailors with all of your dreams. Yo ho ho, she's calm and serene. Enchantment awaits you on Fiddler's Green. Enchantment awaits you on Fiddler's Green. Fiddler's Green. Cheers, everybody. Jose and baby, it was a pleasure meeting you today, and I look forward to sharing some cocktails and some time on the water with you as well. All right. Hey, Pat, have you heard anything from Josh? Is he coming, or is he still sleeping off yesterday? because I'm definitely going to dedicate it to him then. Well, I'm going to dedicate it to him anyway. So this one's going to go out to my buddy Josh, our fearless leader in Theory of Evolution. He's fallen into what happens to a lot of people when they spend enough time with me. But so here's the story. It goes with this. Man went drinking out till 3 a.m. with me. And yeah, he had a wife, yeah. So anybody drinks with me, this goes out to all the theory guys too, but especially Josh and his wife. But you go out drinking with me and usually wake up with a pretty nasty hangover. And a fellow went out one night, thought he'd come home and crawled in bed with his wife, but actually crawled into the pigsty and woke up ass to face with a pig. And it's called Clasp to the Pig. And the easy part for you all is to just sing the last part of the chorus with me. Biddy, leave me to sleep. Biddy, leave me to sleep. On backwards and forwards I'm reading and tight. Both was some spree I'd been at tonight. I'd been to McCarthy's with Pat Murphy Sharp, and we drank the black bottle from under the bar. We drank and we banished all care, and we gave not a thought to foul weather nor fair. And now on the floor I'm curled up in a heap. Biddy, leave me to sleep, biddy, leave me to sleep. I'm clasped to the pig in a loving embrace, and the hairs on his curly tail are tickling my face. There's no use in telling me sober to keep. Biddy, leave me to sleep, biddy, leave me to sleep. A long time ago, when the days are gone, well, gaily I flurried my naughty black turn. And if I but only I had it tonight, well, maybe I wouldn't be offered a fight. And if Josh Walters I chances to meet, it's a terrible ruction we should have in the street. And soon he'll be glad it is not hold a creep. Biddy, leave me to sleep, biddy, leave me to sleep. I'm clasped to the pig in a loving embrace, and the hairs on his curly tail are tickling my face. There's no use in telling me it's sober to keep. Biddy, leave me to sleep, biddy, leave me to sleep. Share his embrace and let me red whiskers lie close to your face. As Crater won't hurt you, no, it'll do you no harm. Drop down by me, biddy, and keep me back warm. And squeeze up beside me as you've often before. I'll sing you to sleep with the sounds of me snore. The rats and the mice all around us will creep. Biddy, leave me to sleep, biddy, leave me to sleep. I'm clasped to the pig in a loving embrace, and the hair on his curly tail is tickling my face. There's no use in telling me sober to keep. Biddy, leave me to sleep, biddy, leave me to sleep. I'm clasped to the pig in a loving embrace, and the hair on his curly tail is tickling my face. There's no use in telling me it's over to keep. Biddy, leave me to sleep, biddy, leave me to sleep. I'm clasped to the pig in a loving embrace, and the hair on his curly tail is tickling my face. There's no use in telling me it's over to keep. Biddy, leave me to sleep, biddy, leave me to sleep. That's Leave Me to Sleep, Biddy, Leave Me to Sleep, or Clasped to the Pig. But yeah, so that goes out to anybody who's spent some long nights with me, or with my brother-in-law, Tom, too. Those nights usually end up stumbling and crawling home. Cheers, everybody. Thank you for coming to Pub Night number 8. We do this every Saturday at 7:30. I'll shamelessly plug. I just released an album 2 weeks ago, not a full album, an EP, 5 tracks. It's available on iTunes, Amazon. It's on Spotify, Apple Music. It's on all of those. But it's called Fields of Athenry. I just search Brian J. Gray on any of those, and I should pop right up. But it's I'm very, very proud of how that one came out, and I'm looking forward to working on the next one. Cheers, Pat. Here we go. This is one that I've done for my guys from Theory, and they had a blast with it. So we're gonna do it tonight. The original title of it is The Dublin Pub Crawl. But I think I'm going to retitle it to the Theory of Evolution Pub Crawl. How's that sound, Pat? Or we could just call it the Toe Crawl. Well, we all went into Kitty McGee's, for we're a jolly crew. We all went into Kitty McGee's to have a drink or two. Kitty McGee's in Dublin town upon the crawl. A hell of a time was had by all town, where the beer and whiskey flew. We all went in O'Haggerty's pub, for we're a jolly crew. We all went in O'Haggerty's just to have a drink or poo. Kitty McGee's in Dublin town upon the crawl. A hell of a time was had by all town, where the beer and whiskey flew. We all went in O'Leary's pub, for we're a jolly crew. We all went in O'Leary's just to have a drink or two. O'Leary's, O'Haggerty's, Kitty McGee's in Dublin town upon the crawl. A hell of a time was had by all town, where the beer and whiskey flew. We went in McCleary's pub, for we're a jolly crew. We all went in McCleary's just to have a drink or two. McCleary's, O'Leary's, O'Haggerty's, Kitty McGee's in Dublin town upon the crawl. A hell of a time was had by all town, where the beer and whiskey flew. We all went in McQuillan's pub, for we're a jolly crew. We all went in McQuillan's just to have a drink or two. McQuillan's, McCleary's, O'Leary's, O'Haggerty's, Kitty McGee's in Dublin town upon the crawl. A hell of a time was had by all down, where the beer and whiskey flew. We all went into Dillon's pub, for we're a jolly crew. We all went into Dillon's just to have a drink or two. At Dillon's, McQuillan's, McCleary's, O'Leary's, O'Haggerty's, Kitty McGee's in Dublin town upon the crawl. A hell of a time was had by all down, where the beer and whiskey flew. We all went into Cafferty's pub, for we're a jolly crew. We all went into Cafferty's just to have a drink or two. At Cafferty's, Dillon's, McQuillan's, McCleary's, O'Leary's, O'Haggerty's, Kitty McGee's in Dublin town upon the crawl. A hell of a time was had by all down, where the beer and whiskey flew. All went into Rafferty's pub, for we're a jolly crew. Here we all went into Rafferty's just to have a drink or two. At Rafferty's, Cafferty's, Dillon's, McQuillan's, McCleary's, O'Leary's, O'Haggerty's, Kitty McGee's in Dublin town upon the crawl. Hell of a time was had by all down, where the beer and whiskey flew. We all went into Gilligan's pub, for we're a jolly crew. Theory all went into Gilligan's just to have a drink or two. Well, the Gilligan's, Rafferty's, Cafferty's, Dillon's, McQuillan's, McCleary's, O'Haggerty's, Haggerty's, Kitty McGee's in Dublin town upon the crawl. Hell of a time was had by all down, where the beer and whiskey flew. We all went into Milligan's pub, for we're a jolly crew. We all went into Milligan's just to have a drink or two. Milligan's, Gilligan's, Rafferty's, Cafferty's, Dillon's, McQuillan's, McCleary's, O'Leary's, O'Haggerty's, Kitty McGee's in Dublin town upon the crawl. A hell of a time was had by all down, where the beer and whiskey flew. We all went into Flanagan's pub, for we're a jolly crew. We all went into Flanagan's just to have a drink or two. At Flanagan's, Milligan's, Gilligan's, Rafferty's, Cafferty's, Dillon's, McQuillan's, McCleary's, O'Leary's, O'Haggerty's, Kitty McGee's in Dublin town upon the crawl. Hell of a time was had by all down, where the beer and whiskey flew. We all went into Lanigan's pub, for we're a jolly crew. We all went into Lanigan's for a final pint or two. Well, that's Lanigan's, Flanagan's, Milligan's, Gilligan's, Rafferty's, Cafferty's, Dillon's, McQuillan's, McCleary's, O'Leary's, O'Haggerty's, Kitty McGee's in Dublin town upon the crawl. A hell of a time was had by all down, where the beer and whiskey flew. The Theory of Evolution pub crawl, the toe crawl, as we will now call that one. That's a fun one. It's a nice sobriety check for the singer. And I just decided out of nowhere I was going to add a key change in the middle of that. So there you go. It's a brand new one for you there. I got time for a few more. Thank you all so much for joining me this evening. Like I said, I do this every Saturday at 7:30. And we do some Irish music. We sing some songs. Now that things are starting to ease up, maybe we'll get some guests in here to do some stuff too. Maybe we'll Irish up some traditional, some normal mainstream pop music. Maybe I can get my fiddle player to come in. That'd be cool. Cheers, everybody. Thank you. This is probably one of the most famous and most requested Irish tunes. And it's a great sing-along as well. It's called the Black Velvet Band. I need to raise it up just a touch. My voice is a little bit raspy today. In a neat little town they called Erie, apprentice to trade I was bound, and many an hour sweet happiness have I spent in this neat little town. When a sad misfortune came over me to stray from the land, far away from my friends and relations, betrayed by the Black Velvet Band. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds. You think she was queen of the land, and she was, and her hair it hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. I took a stroll down Broadway, oh, meaning not long for to stay, when who should I meet but this pretty fair maid come a-traipsing along the highway. She was both fair and handsome, and her neck it was just like the swan, and her hair hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds. You think she was queen of the land, and she was, and her hair it hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. Took a stroll with this pretty fair maid, and a gentleman passing us by. Well, I knew that she meant the undoing of him by the look in her roguish black eye. A gold watch she took from his pocket and placed it right into my hand. And the very first thing that I said was, "Bad cess to the Black Velvet Band." Her eyes, they shone like diamonds. You think she was queen of the land, and she was, and her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. Before the judge and the jury, next morning I had to appear. "Oh, rise!" the judge, he says to me, "Young man, your case it is proven quite clear. You'll get 7 years penal servitude to be spent far away from the land, far away from your friends and relations, betrayed by the Black Velvet Band." Her eyes, they shone like diamonds. You think she was queen of the land, and her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. So come all ye jolly young fellows, a warning you take now by me. When you are out on the town, my lads, beware of them pretty colleens. They'll feed you with strong drink, my lads, till you are unable to stand. And the very first thing that you'll know is you've landed in Van Diemen's Land. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds. You think she was queen of the land, and she was, and her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds. You think she was queen of the land, and she was, and her hair hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band. The Black Velvet Band. I have 2 more songs, and then Pub Night number 8 is officially in the books. Cheers to everybody who's come out. Cheers to welcome to new people who haven't joined us before. Once again, we do this every Saturday at 7:30. Yeah, I'll start putting in links and stuff to where you can find the album and all that stuff. But there are 2 up there. The other one is Shanty Man. It's a collection of sea shanties with just a guitar and a voice. The other one is a full band breakdown of some traditional Irish stuff. Very happy with that and the direction that some of my new creativity stuff is headed. So I'm very pleased with all that. So I'm going to do a song about the prodigal son, if you will. I've been a wild rover for many's a year, and I spent all my money on whiskey and beer. And now I'm returning with gold in great store. I never will play no wild rover no more, and it's no, nay, never. Just one more pint, no, nay, never, no more. Will I play a wild rover? No, never, no more. I went to an alehouse I used to frequent, and the landlady my money was spent. I asked her for credit, she answered me nay. Such a custom as yours I should have any day, and it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play a wild rover. No, never, no more. Then out of my pocket I took sovereigns bright, and the landlady's eyes opened wide with delight. She said, I have whiskies and wines of the best, and the words that I spoke, they were only in jest, and it's no, nay, never. Just one more pint, no, nay, never, no more. Will I play the wild rover? No, never, no more. I'll go to my parents, confess what I've done, and I'll ask them to pardon their prodigal son. And if they forgive me as oft times before, I never will play the wild rover no more, and it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. It's no, nay, never. Just one more pint, no, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. The wild rover. Alas, lads and lasses, we have come to that time of the night where it's time for how we traditionally close down our pub nights. And that is with my a cappella rendition of the Irish closing time song, The Parting Glass. Oh, of all the money that e'er I've had, I spent it in good company, and of all the harm that ever I've done, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me my parting glass. Good night and joy be to you all. Oh, of all the comrades that ever I've had, I'm sorry for my going away. And of all the harm that ever I've done, alas, it was to none but me. And since it falls unto my lot that I should arise and you should not, I gently rise and I softly call, good night and joy be to you all. Oh, if I had money enough to spend, and leisure time to set a while, oh, there is a fair maid in this town, who solely holds my heart beguiled. Her rosy sweet cheeks and ruby lips alone she holds my heart enthralled. So fill to me my parting glass. Good night and joy be to you all. Cheers, slancha, slanjva, salut. Thank you all so much for being here once again. 7:30 next Saturday. I will see you again. Take care of yourselves. Take care of those around us, especially those who cannot take care of themselves. Cheers. Love you guys. Thank you.